Before I get to your calls, I just want to point out one thing. Since we've been talking about this war, this Iraq war and the Afghanistan war versus the Vietnam War, my sense of it is that not only is Dick Cheney he has never had that moment of agony where he questions himself. I don't think he has it in him. I don't think there's enough humanity in him for it, frankly. And that may or may not be true of other. Obviously, that's not true. That's true of Bill Kristol as well, and the other guys who are coming on TV right now. Some of the folks are conspicuous in their absence from television. Colin Powell, for example, he has not been out there defending this. Condi Rice has not been out there defending this, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe they've had a dark night of the soul, but Lyndon Johnson certainly did. LBJ had a very, very hard time with the Vietnam War. And here are 3 short conversations. These all add up to about 2 minutes that he had. These come from the LBJ Library. They're in the public domain. And they are, you can find them online over at the LBJ Library. And they are tape recordings of telephone conversations he was having. And the first is with Adlai Stevenson, isn't it? Here is LBJ and Adlai Stevenson discussing the Vietnam War.
Me over there.
That'd be fine.
And you be thinking about it. I want to have some talks with you, and if you get free, just pick up the phone and call me during the afternoon sometime.
All right, that's fine.
I want to, I shudder at getting too deeply involved there, and everybody thinks that's the only alternative.
Well, I've been shuddering on this thing for 3 years, and I'm afraid we're in a position now where you don't have any alternative, and it's a hell of an alternative. And it really gives me the shakes, but I don't know. He was going to give me all the up-to-date planning.
So that was, with Adlai Stevenson, and they were both going, this was in the early days of the war, and they were both going, whoa, have we bit off more than we should chew? A little farther along, and I don't have dates for these, I'm sorry, but a little further into the war, LBJ tells the story to McGeorge Bundy, I believe it is. Is that the second one? Yeah, to McGeorge Bundy, who I think was his secretary or undersecretary of state. And in any case, he was an administration official. And he's talking about his butler. And I don't know if you saw the movie The Butler, but, the president has a butler, and he comes in the morning, lays out his clothes and all that kind of stuff. And the president was talking about his butler and how his butler had 3 or 4 boys who were over in Vietnam. And he's asking himself, he's having to look it right in the face, right? And it's really, really, really working on him. Here's LBJ.
I think we ought to plan on that basis.
I'll tell you, the more I just stayed awake last night thinking about this thing, the more I think of it, I don't know what in the hell. It looks like we're getting into another Korea. It just worries the hell out of me. I don't see what we can ever hope to get out of there with once we're committed. I believe the Chinese communists coming into it. I don't think that we can fight them 10,000 miles away from home and ever get anywhere in that area. I don't think it's worth fighting for, and I don't think we can get out. And it's just the biggest damn mess.
It is. It's an awful mess.
And we just got to think about I look at this sergeant of mine this morning. He got 6 little old kids over there, and he's getting out my things and bringing me in my night reading and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought about ordering those kids in there, and what in the hell am I ordering him out there for? One thing that is Vietnam worth to me? What is Laos worth to me? What is it worth to this country?
We
got a treaty, but still, we got a treaty, but hell, everybody else got a treaty out there, and they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if you start running the communists, they may just chase you right into your own kitchen.
Yeah.
You can tell he was really, really conflicted about this, and he's talking about, I got this sergeant, he's got, it's like, and then this is his, this is a much briefer one. This is his conversation with Senator Richard Russell, who was, as I recall, a Republican. I could be wrong. Anyhow, he was one of the more prominent. Richard Russell, Everett Dirksen, Barry Goldwater. I mean, these were the John McCain's and whatnot, the major senators of the day. Here's this conversation.
Well, think about it, and I'll talk to you again. I hate to bother you, but I'm just going to...
God knows I do, because it's a terrific quandary that we're in over there. Just We just in the quicksands up to our very neck. I just don't know what the hell the best way to do about it.
I love you, and I'll be calling you.
I see you.
That was Richard Russell, Senator Russell, expressing his opinion. And you can hear a lot more of this over at the LBJ Library, but it's like there was some real soul searching going on. Unfortunately, it was not going on in public. Although in '68, Nixon, LBJ had negotiated peace with Vietnam, and then the Nixon crew found out about it and blew it up. We've done whole shows on that, so I won't repeat that. But just talking about the state of our media now, our media then, at least for the first year or two, were basically cheerleaders for the Vietnam War. No, I shouldn't. I used that word inappropriately a few minutes, a couple of days ago. Let me back off that. They were echoing the administration's perspective. And I think when any nation goes to war, there's a sense of we're rallying together for this.